Okay. I think I hit all the buttons. I feel like I forgot something. I always feel like I forgot something. Anyways, hello, it's Tuesday. Yeah. My brain's still not back into normal mode after BronyCon. BronyCon feels like it was a year ago and yesterday. Hello, Gamer Nico. Sorry to keep you waiting. I think, yeah, this is the only one we have right now until we get the rest of these ones figured out. I can actually start rendering this soon. Though that last part's going to take a while. I can't remember what the hell I had done for this.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation system, but I need your help. I got an idea for a rocket navigation. I got an idea for a rocket navigation system, but I need your help. I got an idea for a rocket navigation system, but I.
You want to speed up some of those motions. See if I can cheat it like this.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation system, but I need your help. I got an idea for a rocket navigation system.
I think I'm going to slow it down on one end there.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation system.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds. Well, welcome back then. Actually, I kept. I meant to put out a tweet earlier. I'm considering running a 1 or 2 hour how to get into SFM pony stream. Probably not on here, but on YouTube. I needed to do a tweet about recommend or what people would prefer for time, because I wanted to go over the software and where you get the models, how you install the models, general things with the interface, and allow people to ask questions that might not or might have difficulties figuring it out. I wanted to actually do that because I've been in some training the last couple, or I was in a training today, and it just kind of came to me like this would be pretty easy, and get more people involved in trying the software. So yeah, I gotta put out a tweet about that.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation system, but I need your help.
I've also been I started last night, so I guess I haven't really put too much time into it, but I was working on combining some of the recordings I've had from video game stuff for the past 2 years, because I have somewhere around 2 to 3 hours of just all the funny stuff that I've collected from things we've done with my friends, and I'm putting one together from Vermintide, but just getting the major sections of the funny stuff segmented was a half hour. So I think I can narrow it down to I could probably get it down to 5 minutes. I was at BronyCon. Yeah, I was actually there the whole time. There was just a lot of people. There was no SFM panel though. That was waitlisted. We got to do our panel stuff on the 2D vs 3D, thanks to Minty letting us use the time. Actually, you know what? There we go. We'll just move that over here.
It's fine. They can just imagine where the disembodied voice is coming from.
Actually, we'll just focus. We'll just do it like this. Is that better?
Even better.
Okay.
This is the Mike show now.
Well, I appreciate it nonetheless. No, there was a lot of people there. I did put stuff on Twitter, and I even had on here the stream thing that I was going to be gone. But I know there's a couple of people I've heard say that, and there was just a buttload of people. What do you do?
System, but I need your help. System, but I need your help.
Let me see if I smooth this.
System, but I need your help. System, but I need your help.
Oh yeah, I do like that more.
System, but I need your help.
It looks less
I got
floaty.
an idea for a rocket navigation system, but I need your
Hey,
help.
you're to the point where we gotta start figuring out the next scene.
Well, this scene still has quite a bit of stuff that I have to do. This will probably take me most of the day.
I got an idea.
So I have to clean up all of her hair, animate that one because that's not actually done. Animate the wing, and the side hair, the sideburns take a while. Plus, then I have to refine the lighting to match the scene. All that takes a while.
I just want to smile.
But then at that point, I could start rendering, but I want to figure out if I'm going to do any overlay audio, because if there's any audio on top of that can change, like for instance the Flight in 2 Easy Steps one. I did all the animating before the audio, then I put the audio in, and it felt super rushed because the audio changed the pacings by a whole bunch, so I had to slow everything down. I think it added another like 6 or 7 seconds just extending shots after that. Hello, Agent Always Never Sometimes. Alright,
I got
so
an idea for a rocket navigation system, but I need your help.
I think
Rocket navigation system, but I need your help.
her eyes are blinking too much. I normally do it whenever there's a big transition in her motion. I do a
I
blink.
got an idea for
So a turn is always a blink.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation
That one I can see with the blink,
system, but I need your help.
but these two right in a row,
Navigation system, but I need your help.
I think I might need to change one into a squint.
Navigation system. Navigation system, but I need your help. Navigation system, but I navigation system.
I think I can actually make this work. We'll do. No. Let's try to just do relaxed. Now do a little bit of relaxed, more squint.
Navigation system, but I need your help. Navigation system, but I need your help. Navigation system, but I
That will work. There was a little bit of a hump there. Is it a problem when you have to deactivate ambient occlusion? In terms of getting, like, letting your software actually run? Because normally it means that the scene is probably just too fancy. I've turned it off. If it's just about, like, is there any purpose in it? I mean, because shutting it off is not very good. Yes and no, actually. This makes this, like, essentially a cartoony look. So if you turn that off, or no, if you do this, you can create semi-outlines.
It looks like cell shading, yeah.
But it doesn't work the same.
but I need your help.
The lines, no matter where they are placed, are the same width, no matter the distance. So the lines on her edge and his edge are the same width as the lines on his edge. So the further you get away, the fatter the lines get, and it starts destroying the effect.
It kind of looks like TF2.
But look, because look here, everything's just a black mess because the lines are the same width. And as you get closer, the lines aren't getting any smaller. It just looks like they are because everything else is getting bigger. So here you can get some nice refined small little lines, but those lines keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's because of that I never used it. For this distance, it's actually not bad. It actually kind of works. But for anything else, it's horrible.
I think it looks worse just in general, personally.
There, actually with the blur, it makes it look pretty good. But also I don't have any lights on, which really, again, doesn't, I think, help. But
The thing has a lot more
you can
definition with it on.
you can do both. The whole that's not what I wanted. The whole point of ambient occlusion is the engine tries to simulate what it thinks a shadow underneath objects should be. So it's you can, well, and that's why, like this, without it on, you can still see the shadows and everything because I have lights that are doing that. But with this, it's creating these extra shadows along these edges. If this is actually what the ambient occlusion looks like, just the layer of it. So you can see it amongst these edges. It's just creating, its idea is if two things are coming together, more than likely it should be darker there. But that does make it difficult where, say if I'm trying to meld two models together and I overlap them at an edge and they're just perfectly smooth, the ambient occlusion will put a shadow there because it thinks that it should be. The eyes are always dark because they don't get any. If you do outline, then you can see, boop. So see, that's actually kind of cool looking.
Yeah, that's neat.
I like that.
You make a coloring book. With creepy eyes.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation system, but I need your help. Rocket science! Woo!
She's so cute.
So that's actually kind of neat looking. Hello, Turwelson. So we're gonna go AO, and the one thing is cool is so you can see like somehow how some of these edges are. I used to play with this a lot, and I just kind of forgot over time, and I haven't actually touched it. But this ambient occlusion is actually called screen space ambient occlusion, SSAO, which there's 3 settings on your camera for. And it's easier just to talk to you than I'm still going to talk to you like you're them. So,
You ever do a take me on skit?
No.
You know the setting to use.
These meters let me play with this, so I technically can change these values. So your bias is going to be changing. Like, so if I put this way down, you're going to see extra detail. But it just means that it's also putting more of this, like, speckled shadow everywhere. Yeah. The more you put it up, it's going to start clean it up and put it only in the areas that you want. So the way I see it is by putting this up, you're actually moving more into cartoony territory. The SSAO strength is just going to be how strong of it do you want it being at all the edges. So if you're going for a cartoony look, if you put that bias up a bit, putting this up a little bit usually helps create a nice effect, so you get just the shadows where you need them. And then the radius is just going to be, and it looks like that's really bringing it into those edges. It's just the eyes. I cannot remember the exact values I used to use with these. I used to have a cheater list, and I could probably actually open an old video to grab it, but I'm pretty sure it was along the lines of about that. Because I remember it was bias up a lot, strength up a little bit, and radius dropped by a bit, and it does make a difference. Some of them are hard to see, but you can see on these edges here. So this is what it looks like with the normal 3D, and then let's do that again. This is with it, so you can see it's a lot sharper edges, more of a cartoony look, and overall I think it actually makes it look better. I just keep always forgetting that that's the case, and I legitimately don't remember the values I used to use for these. I used to have them memorized. That's gonna bug me. Anyways, I'm not gonna play with the setting these right now because I'd have to copy paste those values to all cameras from all shots. But we'll see. Well, hello, Skylight, and thank you very much. Actually, I haven't seen you for a little while. Where have you been? Unless you have been here and I'm just, like, oblivious. Well, I was gone for a week and a half, so I guess I can't say nothing.
I never see that too. No, God.
Good riddance.
You just
I
like
got
for opportunities
an
to
idea
make
for a
fun
rocket
in chat.
navigation system, but I need your help. For a rocket navigation system, but I need your help.
Okay, so I do like the
Navigation system, but I need your
eye thing, but it twitches a little bit because of that blend I did. So I need to fix that.
system, but I need system, but I need navigation system, but I need your help. Action system.
Were you at BronyCon? Yeah, you were at BronyCon. Were you? I can't remember. That con was crazy.
Kind of had a lot of people.
Yeah.
Thing about big cons, you want to hang out with people, but there's just no time. You're too busy hanging out with people to hang out with people.
System, but I need
Yeah. I got to meet most of the people I wanted. Actually, other than friends,
The other one?
Oh, okay. No, yeah. No, that's great. If I don't remember any of the names of badges otherwise, so don't try to ask me. But I think I might actually remember if you said hi, because I don't know. I swear I do. No, no, there was the two main people I wanted to like. Well. Yeah, again, other than friends, like Raptor, I knew he was going, so I wanted to hang out with him anyway. But the non-friends were Prince, to get to chat with him. Well, I wouldn't say he's not a friend, but for the outside the main group, and Olymix, and I wanted to chat with him, and I got to do both. So, if even for just a little bit. Oh, that's fine. I hope you had fun though. I feel like. Though, other than the lines, but again, even the lines made it just feel like such a big group event. I felt it was probably one of the best BronyCons, from my perspective at least. So I know some people might not have had the same experience, but I definitely had fun.
but I need your help.
I wanted to make that joke with Draft yesterday when he was asking about going to the panels of BronyCon. Like, nobody went to the panels of BronyCon. The lines were too long.
He tried to cheat his way in all of them.
Navigation
I'm sure he
system,
did.
But I need your help.
He has draft privileges.
Navigation system.
Too specific to draft.
Well, yeah, it was probably the biggest con for me too, but I think it's the biggest con for anybody, Pony, at least from Pony perspective. But 2015 was about the same amount of people, but the amount of, well, we had the whole venue space in 2015 then, so it made it spread out a lot more. But also the amount of people wanting to participate in events and concerts and everything was higher this time around than it was then. Everybody wanted to be in everything at this con, and that made it a lot of fun. But for some people, you could say it also ruined it because they didn't get to see the things maybe that they wanted to see, which is sad and sucks. But at the same time, some of the best conversations I had were just with people in lines or just with talking with people.
There's a couple of panels I wanted to go to.
Rocket
Didn't
navigation
have time
system,
for it.
but I need
It's
your
just too
help.
hard to get in.
The marketplace is literally impossible to navigate. Speaking of which, I managed to pick up the blank canvas marketplace banner. Oh, nice! Like at the charity auction? So like you spend like your life savings? No, we wanted to get into the vending hall and no, so you got in there Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. just as they opened, Anthology was doing their pre-screening of Anthology 7, which we've done for a lot of the other ones. We watched it like the day before, so we know what it is, and it's just fun in a private environment to watch it. Because of that, by the time I got back, there was still, the line was too long and it wasn't worth it. So I didn't even get in there Thursday. $300. Hell, that's really nice. That's cool. You have a piece of history.
I like Midprim's banner that she made last year.
Oh, the lewd one?
Yeah, I got a poster of it.
It's not lewd.
It's lewd.
It just can be taken lewd if you don't look at it right.
She's painting her body. She's blushing hard while she's doing it.
The blushing is what did it. Without the blushing, it probably wouldn't be so bad, but the blushing was...
What was she intending there with the blushing?
I wonder if I can find the picture of that. Did she put that on her DeviantArt?
I have no idea.
I want to see if I can find her that way. Aha!
Click me, I'm animated.
This picture is one of my favorites when she did an edit of it that had a bubble in front of her that just said flatulence. I love that one. She had to have posted it.
I'm not sure she was allowed because technically she wasn't allowed to sell it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Lewd or not lewd?
I don't know if she's drawing herself. Is she drawing herself? I don't know. But yeah, but we always made fun of her for the saying that was very this face. But I understand she's not blushing. Blushing would be over here. This is strain. So she's just putting a lot of effort into it. But still.
That one really seems to be enjoying it. She's got it. She's like, oh. She's like, yes. Fantasy achieved.
Oh, holy, oh.
Holy.
Good. Oh, and actually, I sent her that picture, and I blurred the mouth. And I was like, "Does this make it better?" She's like, "No." Yeah, oh baby.
For a rocket navigation system, but I need your help.
I feel like at this point she's not crazy enough, but at the same time, I don't think she needs to be that crazy at this point.
For a second, I thought you were talking about Midprim.
Oh yeah, she's a little bit crazy too, but
She's fun crazy.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation
Dressed up her
system, but I
whole
need your
family
help.
as Floating Flam at the convention. It takes a little bit of crazy.
I want to think of her like as an authoritarian dictator, like in the background. They're like, but I don't want to wear that. You're gonna wear that. They're putting on their clothing.
I don't want to wear the mustache.
Now get out there and make me money.
The mustache had to be annoying on her mom's face. Was that her mom or her grandmother? She had wearing the mustache.
Oh, that was her grandmother. That was wearing that.
Her
Or no,
grandmother.
yeah, I think that was her grandmother. Yeah, because it was grandma, mom, and sister.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I got an
It had to
idea
be
for a
annoying.
rocket navigation system,
I
but I need
couldn't
your
do
help.
And I have a real mustache.
No, you don't. It's not the same. That's like coming out of you. Well, a mustache, that'd be weird.
What?
It's different.
How is this not a mustache?
No, it's different than a pasted-on mustache.
That's why I'm saying I couldn't paste a mustache on.
Well, no, it wouldn't stick because you got hair there. Have you ever tried putting on a fake mustache over a mustache?
No.
It doesn't work.
Have you?
Yeah.
Why?
When it was my birthday, maybe 2 years ago,
Just staple it on.
we at the apartment here, we invited a bunch of people over and we had a taco party. So we were playing Mexican music, had a hat, and like had tacos, but I had a bunch of fake mustaches for people. So yeah, it doesn't work.
Good to know.
I think Derpy for a while had the mustache on too. Dolphin had a mustache for a while. Hello, Blur de Blah. Fun, thank you very much. Yeah, you're okay. When I'm a minute late, I get shit. You're 22 minutes late, and I was like 3 minutes early today, just for you, and then you just miss out on it. Instead, all these other cool people show up and are now my favorite friends.
Oh no, that's harsh. No, he lies. He loves you. Don't let him lie.
I got an idea.
Okay, so I think she's... I didn't say that you were lower on the list, though. Just said that they're now my favorite friends. That Bert?
Bert.
Hello, my name is Bert. Oh, that was Ernie. I can't do a Bert in... I can do Ernie. I can't do a Bert. Hello, Jurassic. Well, you were on here before. You're all my favorite friend now. Oh, you're hurt, Bert? You're hurt, Bert. Yeah, I think she's done animating.
System, but I need your help.
You can see the tail a little
I got an idea
bit.
for a rocket navigation system, but I need your help.
So
I need your
I think I'm just gonna do one little quick.
Oh, Jurassic. You over the con crud?
need your help. Help.
I am.
You never got con crud.
I know, because I paid up forward with BabsCon.
I've not once ever come back sick from a convention.
I've had it once before, but BabsCon was the only time that I got sick before the con was done.
Help.
That's been good.
Need your help.
Yeah, that last day I was spent in the hotel room.
That sucks. How do you not see me here? Do I blend into the background? This is another one of your dockies.
I don't want one of those. I mean, there's some dockies I'd be okay
Don't
with.
give me ideas.
I don't. If you go print yourself and put it on a docky, I will literally go out there to a
On the
grill.
backside would just be like a picture like this with my butt showing. That'd be great.
It will be burned. I have lighters in that drawer right now.
Just burn down whatever building I put it in.
This-
Just to be sure.
Yeah, it's like the spider thing. Let's just take the whole building down just to be sure.
We already got the front side of a Mitch below.
I'm good. Did anime? I'm good. No, you're still cool, bro.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation.
And I didn't say you weren't my favorite friend. I just said other people are my favorite friend. It's already been... Well, actually, if you think about it... Oh, it's Tuesday now. But yeah, it was just over a week ago when BronyCon ended.
Feels
It doesn't-
like a while ago, but still-
Oh, I can't believe it's only been a week. It felt like that lead up was forever. Prince posted on Twitter, like, I spent all this time preparing for the con and now it's over. What do I do? Like, I think it was 2015. 2015, I put so much effort trying to prepare and render and get everything done for like the month beforehand, working my ass off. Then after the con, I'm like,
I hope somebody messaged.
what do I do? Like, I didn't know I had nothing. But then I injured my leg and I was stuck to a couch for like a month. So I guess there's that.
I hope somebody messaged him just like, anyways, go to TruckCon. That seems to be the thing. And a lot of people heard it, and a lot of people are going. Jay did get his ticket.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
And he changed his mind on that one real quick.
Well, after you get the hotel room kind of locked in, you're pretty much already on your way
To TriCon.
to TruckCon. Wonder if he has roommates. I've roomed with Jay before, and it's always a bit. But
It seems mean.
I
Well,
know
actually,
it's not I like rooming with him. I just don't feel like he's rooming with me that much.
He roomed with us the one time he was on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
What con was that? Winnie City? No. There's one of them, he just needed a room, so yeah, he slept on our floor, but we never saw him. Like, he would pop back up at like 3 in the morning all the time,
I was in the
and
room at the time.
yeah, it was always, he always got back super late, so it didn't really feel like a room with Jay. He's got busy things to do and places to drink.
Jay would just rather room with people that he's a fan of, like Jake and.
Well, no, it's his crowd.
Well-
He likes to do certain things at the cons, which usually involves a lot of drinking. We go through a lot of alcohol, but it's split between a bunch of people. We usually don't get that drunk.
I mean, I've already had 2 ciders.
Well, yeah, but that's because you're an alcoholic.
It's a recent development.
I almost have one.
I always have to give myself over to a higher power. Here, Pete, come here.
But you don't have to like go anywhere in the morning.
Yeah, that's kind of why it happened.
I have to be at work again.
I got a job today.
Till you're working.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know
not a
how
job.
Well, it's pretty locked down at this point.
I got an idea for a
And it sounds like it's going to be a pretty decent job, too.
You never know until you start.
I got an idea for a
I'm not doing the stuff at my job that I was told I was going to do when I started.
Well, they told me I'm pretty much doing
Rocket
everything.
navigation
Did you know how
system,
many
but I
people
need
work
your
at this
help.
place right now?
Yep.
Two people. I will be employee number 3.
That sounds weird. Like, I want to take a day off. No.
Well, they say I start with 3 weeks of vacation.
I know, but sometimes super small like that means we have stuff that needs to be done. You can't take those days off, which always scares me. Right now, I can take like, I can be like, oh, I'm not coming in tomorrow. Okay.
Well, they said they plan on hiring a second tech, but not until I'm settled in, so that I can be the one to train them, which could take a year.
I got an idea.
But right now, it's just going to be the manager, secretary, me.
Idea for a rocket
And we will be
navigation system, but I
kind
need
of
your
juggling
help.
responsibilities. And then some dude from Italy who comes to check
I
up
got
on
an
us.
idea.
Yay! This will be fun. It is a big company, and they're basically just trying to get their roots in the U.S.
I got an
This is their
idea for a
first
rocket
US expansion.
navigation system, but I need
They're
your
just
help.
based in Italy. They have
I got an idea for a
buildings all
rocket
over the world.
navigation system, but I need your navigation system.
So honestly, I feel like I'm getting to the front of what
System, but I
may
need your
very
help.
well become a large business.
System, but I need your help.
CEO opportunities? Maybe? Distant future, 15 years from now, who knows?
Nope.
System, but I need your
Crush my dreams before they even start.
Hey. If you crush them before they started, it's going to be worse than crushing them when they have.
Yeah. So what's that thing? It's like, if you have no expectations, you'll never be disappointed.
I need your help.
I mentioned before, and now that there's a couple more people here, I am considering doing a, like, how to get into SFM stream, probably on YouTube sometime. I'm going to probably put on Twitter about looking for what people think is a good time, like in the evening, on a weekend day or something. Because I think that would be interesting to go over how to, or where to get the software, how to get the models, all that kind of stuff.
Step 1, download the source.
It'd be a YouTube stream. It'd be a YouTube stream because the original reason why YouTube is and Twitch are separate was because, for one, YouTube didn't stream at the beginning. But I've kept it separate now because the content that I'm working on, I don't want to have forced on people that are on there. Plus, I think a lot of subscribers are going to stop following if I was streaming on my main platform, because I would be spamming them with 2 streams a week when I'm only putting out one actual content every however long. So that was the main reason why I'm not doing YouTube. That and I would have already had the stream cut because of the audio being played. But for that, for a stream like that, it's a better platform because of the audience that it would have. I have streamed on YouTube before. I think I've done it 3 or 4 times.
System, but I need your help.
It's decent for video game streams. I don't think they let you do streams like this on YouTube.
No, I can.
Can you? I didn't think they allowed creative. You had to be playing a game or something.
No, you can stream whatever the hell you want. They have streams of people that just sit in a camera and talk.
It's Twitch that doesn't let you do anything with games, but they consider source filmmaker a game.
No, there is an actual category of game called creative.
Okay.
So there's no rules saying that you can or cannot. Or at least it's mainly that you're providing entertainment. So so I don't know.
You can't just open up a stream and BS to a camera on Twitch.
No, well, I'm not sure because the platform's not really built for it, but it doesn't stop people from doing it. But YouTube, no, you can you can do that for. I've done streaming a couple different streams on YouTube of SFM already. Well, thank you, Shadow King.
Nothing will happen to here. He's just talking about starting something else.
Oh no, I'm not moving to YouTube. I'm not talking about that. I'm staying on here for this stuff. I would just be doing it as a specific for that type of thing, for the how-to type things. No, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving Twitch. I purposely I purposely have it on here for the purpose of prevention of spam on the other channel and to prevent people from being spoiled on content that they might not want to be spoiled on. It doesn't really create a great place to distribute videos if you've already seen it on your feed twice a week, and nobody's going to want to watch a stream that often, or at least in such a way that they're going to keep a subscription. So.
I mean, I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, but there's 190,000 people on there, and they're not probably going to be saying, "Oh, I don't actually care about those, and those pictures are spoiling me." So.
Yeah, that is the one thing I lost when I started watching your streams. Is
I got an idea for a rocket navigation system,
I do
but
kind
I
of
need
feel
your help.
spoiled for your animations. Not to
Well,
mention,
yeah, but you choose to do that.
yeah, because I love spoilers. You know this.
You know, but you hate them at the same time.
I know. I think the thing that I lost the most was that the ponies, in your animations, you do such a good job making them seem alive that they
Rocket
didn't.
navigation
For
system,
a
but I need
brief
your help.
minute or so, the characters seemed alive in your animations.
Like our Spike Twilight hybrid.
No, that was the abominations I'm talking about.
Navigation system, but I need
The
your
thing that ruined it. But now watching you animate it little by little by little, it kind of just makes them feel like really well done puppets.
system, but I need
That's one of
That's what
the
they are.
that's one of the problems I had with Remembrance, when people afterwards were like, "Oh, that was so emotional," and whatever, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, because I've sat there and I've looked at it for the past 9 months to a year. I have no emotional connection to it anymore because I'd seen it so much.
That's your curse. You'll never be able to enjoy your videos as much as the people watching.
No, I can. It just takes me to get to the point of it no longer being in my mind of being worked on. I can watch Remembrance now and not really think of it like that.
Yeah.
Australia took me quite a while. That one I'm in that point now. So sometimes I like to just go and watch a video that I made years ago because now it actually feels more unique. Yeah, I am dead inside. I'm a brony.
Yeah, that is step one.
system, but I need your
Usually you're just crying in a pool of your own tears and
system, but I
then
need your
turn to look and there's adorable horses. And it's the first thing to get you off your feet. Or get you on your feet.
Huh?
Words.
The thing is, I don't tend to make adorable horses. I tend to make crazy horses.
That one's adorable.
Yeah, but she's crazy.
She's cute though.
But I need your help.
If anything, need more horses. Just kind of in the background, booping themselves. It might be dirty.
I need your help.
Could be.
Need your help.
You just want ponies randomly walking around booping themselves.
In socks, yes.
Sounds like porn.
No!
Need your help.
Who thinks that sounds like porn?
Need your help. Need help.
It's cuteness. They could be
Okay, if you were to replace the word pony with human, so you want a bunch of people wandering around booping themselves wearing socks in the background.
I'm wearing socks and I'm pooping myself right now.
Usually if you say wearing socks and without anything else in the sentence, that implies like that's all they're wearing.
Well, ponies are nude most of the time, so it's actually an improvement.
Blah 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 thinks so in that way, so that's already one or two to whatever your opinion is.
It's hot, right?
You're gonna get me banned. Stop that.
Gonna get kicked off Twitch.
Need your help.
You're gonna have this stream featured on Ninja's channel.
Oh no.
You hear about that thing?
Not really.
Ninja moved to a different platform.
Uh-huh.
And Twitch not long ago, the very first video that was promoted on his channel was porn.
Mm-hmm.
and he got very angry about it for good reason. And it was taken down not long afterwards. But everything else was normal except one video of porn. Somebody at Twitch had to have done that. There's no other. Yeah. But the news article showed the actual screen cap. It was a real thing. Unless somebody hacked, you never know. 4chan and all that.
Yeah, I don't really frequent 4chan too often.
No. To me, if Ninja wants to go to a different channel, I think that's neat. To me, Twitch holds too much of a share in the market. So having a good competitive alternative is just going to be beneficial for both platforms. To a degree, yes, it's going to create issues with but now I got subscriptions here and subscription here. Yeah, but if one person controls the market too much, you get a YouTube situation where YouTube can do stupid things with copyright because nobody's going to fight them on it. So it's a double-edged sword.
I mean, you can kind of stream.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just read the F part. To me, I think that's neat. He took it's a big risk. Though there hasn't been confirmation or not whether or not he took a Microsoft payout. So, but I'm guessing so. Nobody would jump ship like that unless he legitimately got super sick of Twitch for some reason, which you never know. There could have been something that happened, and he's under an NDA and can't say anything.
But I need your help. But I need your help. But I need your help.
I'm gonna get a bit of whiskey. You want anything?
I need your help.
That's empty.
No, it's not.
You don't have to get that last row. Get you a whole new can.
It's like Folgers, except for Folgers tastes like shit all the way to the last drop. No, you want to give me another? That'd be fine.
What's one? Jerry?
That's the only ones that are in there. It's like drinking alcoholic Robitussin. Robitussin.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation system, but I need your help.
This is actually a little easier than I thought it probably would be, actually. Alright, I'm going to see if this works again. I'm guessing not. Okay, unlock. Save. We're going to load Twilight. We need Twilight, VN, Sparkle. We'll grab the Alicorn one. It's funny that back then they had to name it separately. Now this will just be Twilight.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation.
Why do you always do this? That bugs me. Thank you. Yeah, go to Ciderfest this year. That'd be awesome.
Ciderfest is fun.
Yeah, okay. No, Ciderfest actually isn't that expensive. I think, well, the hotel's average. It's like $130 a night. But if you if you're looking for rooms, the one thing I think on the Discord for it, they do have room and ride share, so you can find some people on there if you need help. Okay. Or if you work the con, you also usually get a free room, I believe. I can't remember on that. But no, that one's a really fun con. It's not line con like BronyCon. It's just a nice hangout con with friends. Definitely my favorite con. BronyCon this year was probably the most fun I've had at a convention in a long time, but it's not to discount Ciderfest in any way. So Ciderfest is still really, really good. It's just BronyCon. BronyCon actually had a good friend environment for hangout at the big con this year, so that's what ended up working out well. Normally, it's just a spectacle that doesn't work well for that.
CheapCon is Winning City. Because
actually,
parking is free. That's the big thing. The rooms are cheaper.
TrotCon's hotel's like $109 a night.
You should totally go.
No. Anyways, you go to TrotCon.
I mean, if
No, I legitimately want to try, like, potentially go to like PAX next year or something. I want to go and see other things. So.
What's at PAX?
PAX East, or no, probably not East.
Is it video games?
You don't even know what it is. Yeah, it's essentially a Comic-Con, but it's just become a games, movies, comics, everything. It's a nerd con essentially. So I kind of want to go just because it just looks like it'd be a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff to do there. So
Not as much into video games as there was when I was.
no, but just stuff like that kind of environment I think would be fun to go to at least once. So, but I have to see. And now actually I have a month. Yeah, I have a month through my work. I have to submit a budget estimate for training next year. So if I can go up to 2 trips to conventions next year for free. But it has to be work related. But there are some that I think would be interesting, like SharePoint development or quality, because their budget for our department is like $120,000 for training. So they're just like, if you want to go, just go. Your personal budget is $10,000. I'm like, okay.
You know, my fault for RockCon was going up.
Oh, if you're going with friends, that's even better. That con is great for friends. Amazing food within about. You never have to go more than 4 blocks away for amazing eatery, but a lot of them are within 2. Super good coffee at a local little place on a second floor of a mall if you're looking for really good coffee. The convention center is the hotel. You never leave it. It's all open to the center, so you legitimately never leave. You open up your hotel room and you hear the con. The bar at the top is awesome to go drinking at every night. The environment is just close. Like everybody is super chill. The bar trot's always a lot of fun if you can get there for that. The people that run it are great. The panels are pretty average, but they're usually changing up a little bit here and there. So, but normally the panels, I don't even care about those. I go because it's just fun. It's just to hang out at the room, watch stupid videos, chat with people. It's just great.
And there's the late night vendor hall.
No, we're not doing that. I've never been to one of those.
For the best.
But no, it's if you go with friends, it will be a great con. Because that's the whole point. There's a lot of events that are built specifically for just like the bar at the top opens at like I think 10 or something, but even at that, so a lot of times at like 5 o'clock they'll open a non-alcoholic cider lounge, which is usually just a suite that has this really good local cider. It's just like the sugared cider, no alcohol. And it's just everybody can watch TV, play games, whatever, and just drink some free cider. But then at 10 o'clock, the bar opens up top, which you have to buy the drinks. But there's been a lot of times where there's like 50, 60 people in the room just chatting up, if not more people. The con's increasing in size like 10 to 20% every year.
One of the coolest things I think ever happened, I think, at the con was at Cider Fest. And we were up at the bar at the top of the hotel. And John Delancey was just in there, just talking to people. He had like a forum going on that was just people around him just listening to him chat, and they were talking back and forth. And one of the reasons they could do that is because it's a kind of a low-key convention. It's not super crowded, so a lot of the voice actors who do go are more comfortable just talking to people. They're not being rushed. BronyCon's chaos nightmare, and voice actors need a entourage to protect them from the crowds.
Well, and this year, the cool thing is they have. I haven't actually seen those yet. Oh, that was last Friday. So they have Cozy Glow's voice actor, which I haven't seen before at a con. They have Yona's voice actor is going to be there. Big Jim's going to be there.
He's always
Sweetie Belle, I believe, is going to be there.
what?
Did they show her? Yeah.
there's
Claire Collette. So, to me, it was different people. And I actually got the level where I get this the sponsor dinner this year. So, I'm hoping to potentially go to it, because I think it'd be neat. But normally I don't care about the voice actors, but free dinner.
I wonder if they're going to start getting some of the voice actors they were never able to get before at any convention except for BronyCon.
Yeah, it's a public Discord, so I can
TrotCon's gonna get busy. I got a
How do you do that on here? How do you invite people?
You just drag their names in.
No, like how do you? Is there a way to get the thing?
Like a link.
I'm an old man who doesn't know how to use all these fancy computer programs.
Another old man how to use the fancy computer.
So let's go get the hammers and bang some nails into it. Maybe it'll hold it better.
Maybe. I think you need to call them on the phone and tell them, hey, get in this chat. And like,
invite people.
There you go.
Just give me a link. Send a server invite to a friend. Okay, copy. Alright, let's see if this works. So top left, I didn't say create invite. I just didn't invite people. Does that work the same? I'm hoping it does.
I think you gotta send them the link now.
That's just Discord. That didn't work. It just said Discord GG. That seems like it's making fun of me. Send a server invite to a friend. I said copied.
Try it.
It doesn't. Well, the other choice is go to the website. If you go to ponyvilleciderfest.com, I believe that there is. Is that Discord? No, is that email? That's email. I don't want that. This Pinterest, YouTube. It's somewhere. If you look around on here, you might find a thing.
Do you see that pink horse? It's cute. Find the cute pink horse.
Otherwise, maybe their Twitter.
It's also a cute horse.
That's apt.
Angry.
Browse around, because I can't remember how you get there. And I am too old to know how to work Discord. Because apparently, if I copy it, it just gives me discord.gg.
You know what's hip, kids? Skype.
I have actually, the one nice thing is the con plushies for Ciderfest are pretty good.
Not that one.
That's the only one I
thought you were gonna get Gwen.
No, so this one they have, which is barley tender. He's actually really well made. He's like the hair is actually on there pretty good. The wings are both foldable without feeling fragile. No, and it's got the outfit. So, and they're actually pretty cheap. I think you can get them for like 45, I believe. So, I did one of the sponsorship I had last year came with the one, so I got him. This year I'm getting the other one. Charlie's Cons, he's been getting clutches of the OCs lately, and they're all really, really nice.
He has this horrible aversion to getting the cute horses.
I'm getting the caramel one this year.
Okay, good.
So I'll have the set. But I only got a choice of one last year.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't buy the other one because I got the better horse.
See, you have good taste.
Hmm?
He likes the pink horse.
Oh, okay, yeah, caramel. Actually, my favorite right now for plushes for cons is this one.
It's not even a horse.
It's Gwen. This is from LPMSP. This is Griffin. She's a hipster Griffin, and I love the bandana and the little things in the eyes. Look at him. Look at him.
Silly.
What's adorable.
She's cute in her own bird way.
And that actually, I actually get 2 plushes for the sponsorship, and the second one I got was the full set of MLPMS because they're smaller. You get all 3 for the price of the one. So I'm like, I want a second set because I want another Gwen.
No. I know what you think.
Oh, you're talking about this one.
He's got a lot of plushes.
Yeah. I've got a lot of con ones.
He needs more.
I don't remember where my other Everfree ones are. I think I jammed them in the corner. All I cared about was that one. But no, I was at Everfree for 2 years. Probably 3 and 4 years ago or something like that. And it's a good con. I just had some logistics issues regarding like the community guests and panel running at the one I was at the last time that kind of pissed me off enough that I just refused to go again. So, but that's from my perspective of behind the scenes. It doesn't affect any of the outward, the way the con presents. No, the con's pretty good. I didn't like their venue that they had the last year was there, but they've changed it. I believe they have a new venue this year. And actually, Everfree got moved. They're doing it like in August next year.
Right around Cider Fest. Basically.
No, they're doing. I think that they're just like, hey, BronyCon's gone. Oh, look, we're in August now.
Oh,
that's my assumption.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going for only to see different vendors.
No, well, again, I've been there, so their vendor hall is a pretty good size, but last time I was there, they literally jammed so many people in a small room that nobody had space to walk barely. Like, you had about this much room between two vendors.
It's not nearly enough, especially if you're big.
One area had it big enough, and everything else felt like you were just squeezing by doing anything. That they just booked too many, and they said, screw it, get them all in there. So yeah, I didn't like how it's ran at that time. It might be better now. I wouldn't be surprised, but I just had personal issues with it that I just don't feel it worth my time to go back.
BronyCon was crowded, but I felt it was fairly easy getting around the vendor hall.
I thought it was too. Everything was spaced out. You had plenty of space. Well, it still felt a little crunched around some corners, but it was just because there were so many goddamn people. There was plenty of room to move. It just was so many damn people. You couldn't really make it any bigger.
No. They did control how many people were in there at any one time, or at least they tried to.
I think they were expecting a lot of people. I don't think that they were expecting that much interaction and just people going nuts. So, in a good way, to me, that's what made the last con memorable to me, was the fact that everybody was so willing to, or wanting to be everywhere and do everything. That was super cool. Yeah.
That was an amazing moment. I wish I had gotten there. But being on the outside of that room was also kind of fun. Everybody chanting, shaking their Applejack Dockies. That's the wonderful thing about conventions like that. It's the only place you're going to see grown men walking around the streets freely with Dockies in hand.
Well, that's what's great, is that it's well, the one reason I like the conventions is because I mean, yeah, some of that it could be seem weird. Like, I mean, really, you shouldn't be walking around maybe in the streets with something like that. But it allows people to show a side of themselves that they wouldn't do any other way, or that they're too scared to, which is awesome. No.
His wife gets neglected. She looks like she's smiling.
She's always smiling.
Well, there's sadness deep within. Never even took her to a McDonald's.
Never took her to. All she's wanted her entire life is a Happy Meal.
Yes. Fanciest. She wants the toy inside.
I still think that Dockies are weird when they're done a certain way. There are well, yeah, no, but there are ones out there that that has a version out there with it. There's some that are over sexualized, and I'm not a fan of those. There are some that are just like the ones actually that I have. One's from Ardale, and I actually don't know the artist for the other one. They're both gifts, and I feel that those are they're not lewd in any way. They're just ponies on them, so that's why I don't mind them. But if somebody gifted me one that was overly lewd, then I'd have more of an issue with it. But yeah, I don't need no penis on my pillow.
That'd be fun.
This Dockie's ribbed for your pleasure.
Oh, I haven't seen that Dockie. No, I've had a few Dockies. No. I think I only had 2 Dockies commissioned. Yeah. And Yasha's Dockie, and then the Fresh Coast is. It's actually cheaper to commission a Dockie and have it made just for you than to buy one at a convention.
Well, like there's like one thing I wanted to get that was there. I knew from a different convention was about 90. 80 to 90. And then I get there and it was 120. Mm-hmm. Same vendor, same everything. And I'm like, I'm just going to wait a couple months.
I mean, you can commission an artist to make a front and back for a Docky for about $50, and the pillow itself costs about $40 to make. Really? If you want a Docky and you want exactly the one that you want, you're better off just commissioning an artist and having it made.
Plus, to me, you're better supporting an artist in that. Well, kind of.
Both ways you're supporting an artist.
Well, I think a commission, I think they're making less money on, just because if they mass produce something, they're getting revenue on the same thing that was made, but on a commission, they're putting the individual time into that one item. Mm-hmm. If it's like for Giz's one, when it was Paint Horse, they could sell that to other people too.
I told them they did what they wanted to.
Yeah.
Same with Yashus, though I doubt that many people are looking to buy Yashu.
It's kind of a cute Docky.
It's cute. That's why I had it.
But there was so many Dockies at... Well, there was just so many Dockies at BronyCon, but so many of them were like, can you really put that out? It doesn't show anything, but whoa, that should not be... It was overly lewd.
I can tell you outright that 75% of the Dockies I saw in that room have lewd versions of them.
Oh, yeah.
And those vendors were probably selling them out of their hotel rooms.
Or under the table.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules were. A lot of them did that until they started doing the... So some of the cons started doing the After Dark, but... And it's sad that a lot of them say that that's where they're making their money now.
One thing I never really understood is the Chinese knockoff plushies. They're not allowed to sell those in the vendor hall. And I know some people...
Non-pony fursuit con. Kinda.
They, put a stop to it. You can sell the official ones.
Hello, Thunderlight. And it's not just this BronyCon. All the cons over the past 2 to 3 years have drastically been increasing their Docky output to where everybody has them. But to me, then, it's great. You got a lot of selection, but at the same time, it was a lot. They're just overly lewd. Like,
I told him as much. He needs to start selling Dockies.
But I think it was because it was a mark. Everybody had prints, so understand that. Oh, this is something that's different. But now you're going to flood that market to where then nobody's going to be selling any because there's so much competition.
Most were gotten sold out.
Well, because everybody bought everything. They're like, I'm never going to be able to buy a Docky again. I need 12.
Well, a Docky's a wonderful thing because you see a picture with a cute horse on it and you buy it because, man, that horse is cute. I want to hang that up on my wall. But then you get it on a pillow and you're like, I can not only buy a cute horse picture, but I can hug it too.
I think it would be cool to take some of the the less lewd ones in like little strips and just make like a long print of it. Because some people have like full books of the stuff. I'm like, I like it just as art. Like it's a pony laying down. It's nice. But then they're like, splayed out, and it's like, you got colors in weird places.
Warm. They have to splay out.
Don't be. I've had a conversation with somebody about that regarding, well, why are all your ponies wearing bikinis? Oh, because it's hot in Equestria, and so they need it to cool off with all their fur. And I'm like, no, you're doing it because it's boobies. And you don't want to animate cloth, which I can understand.
Boobies on the horses?
There was big boobies.
Oh, so it was anthro.
It was anthro big boobied horses, and they're all wearing bikinis.
That's just furries.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, sure. Why do their boobs have jiggle bones? And why did you make them jiggle that much? It means you touched the boobie.
You gotta make them jiggle just because gravity. Gravity affects boobs.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that from video games.
Yes.
Especially like Dead or Alive, I think is a big one.
Yeah. Those boobs aren't affected by gravity. They're trying to escape. They're like, no! Now, they started putting bikinis on horses. Like, not
Thank you, Thunderling.
Horses. So the show kind of did that once.
And I'm thinking of going to BronyCon every year, so I found it slightly depressing. So I have this mystery box here of Discord because I felt that somebody gave this to me and it works out well for this. So this one has everything con related that I have here. So for one, these are all my lanyards, and many of them are special. Like here's Ciderfest 2018 has like nice art on it. MLP, MSP. 2015.
That was 3, right?
12th and the 14th. Okay, so those are different ones. So those are 2 different ones. Here's another Cider Fest one that's special. Charlie Cons are nice that if you're a community guest, he actually gives you the special lanyards for the sponsors, but I normally sponsor anyway. There's one from Winnie City. I have all these in here. I have this freaking little docky you gave me before. Pile. Anthology for 5. We had these little cards. I don't know why I have 2 of them. Which have the stuff on the back. This year's. I thought there was one from last year too. Oh, I've got a couple of these ones too. The Buried Tube ones. The Hilton card. Oh, I have another freaking one. I have a bunch of the hotel cards. Yeah, I have Buried Tubes 2015 to 16. I kind of missed a couple years. A bunch of the ribbons. But no, this year's Nervash made these for everybody. It's kind of hard to tell, but I could put whatever picture I wanted on there, but I couldn't fit my icon for the quality, so I always put that one, which is my Discord icon. These are really, really cool. I love these. But
giving you that tiny favorite moments of the whole con, because you were just convinced I did something to you. You weren't sure what it was.
Yeah, you put it in my pocket. No, but so I have these. Hello. Hello. Calm Storm. There we go. Sorry, that 4 threw me out. So I have a whole bunch of. Oh my god, this is just a mess. So these are all my badges. So these are just all my BronyCon ones. But then I have like this one. Dolphin got a free badge at MLP MSP 3. This one I actually bought him a badge at Cider Fest, and I made his name Finn Dolphin, so that in the corner it said Dolphin for his abbreviation. But yeah, like literally, there's BabsCon. So you see all these fancy badges, and then the one year, this was the community guest badge. It's just like full pink and standard print. This is ever free. Yeah, this one I had 2 badges at Ponyville Cider Fest. So because one was for community guests, one was for sponsor, and so over my community guest one, I just put that picture and I just wore that the whole time. I don't think I have any other goofy ones. But yeah, I figured I had 23 conventions total. Let me throw my box of stuff. I'm running out of space. I originally had pins in here, and I had to get rid of them. How about the sock scarf BC market banner? Yeah, no, I like the con specific stuff, because to me that's a memory from that specific one. I don't buy like prints and stuff as much anymore, because I have plenty of that. I don't buy really plushes anymore unless they're like the con specific ones. So I've really slowed down a lot of that stuff, but I'm a sucker for the con stuff. So I have a lot of con glassware, because all the Charlie cons make the glassware great. Some of the plushes, all the lanyards, that kind of stuff, mainly for Charlie cons.
I'm always looking for derpies.
No, there's. Well, I mean, I don't know where you are, Calm Storm, but there's almost a con nearby anybody, but it's always a travel, and it's a lot cheaper if you know people. Otherwise, staffing always helps. I've been considering staffing a con just to see that side of things, but
I have to imagine
I feel like I'd be too busy.
Would be a nightmare.
Oh, what?
If you were to start a convention, staffing the first one would be a nightmare.
That's the one thing I thought about doing with TrotCon, was applying for a staffer, but not just for fun. Just because to go out there to a brand new con and experience it from that perspective without interfering any time that I would normally have with friends that go into a normal con.
I feel like that would be difficult for you, just because you would constantly have people swarming you and you wouldn't actually be able to do
No, as long as my badge doesn't say my name, people then just they're like, is that? No, I'm not sure, and then they leave you alone. Trust me, it works. I flip my badge around many, many times and people question it, but then just leave me alone.
Just don't carry the dolphin, because that's the thing.
Yeah. No, but I thought about doing something like that, just because a lot of people work really hard running the cons and to see that side of it. So.
No, Draft asked me if I wanted to.
Oh. Okay, yeah, okay. Then that might be a little further out. There's probably still stuff in the area, but it's like, yeah, it's not like in America where there's a con probably within about a 5 or 6 hour drive, no matter what direction you pick.
There's a lot of pony conventions in Europe. There really is.
Asia is where they are.
In Asia, there's some.
But yeah, but again, it's not going to be within a couple hour drive like we have here.
I think there's
but you never know.
Singapore.
But still, that could be a travel. Yeah. There's but like when I joined the fandom, I found a local meetup that I didn't know about until Equestria Daily put out a map about it. So sometimes it's just you don't know things are in your area until you really dig into it, or you just get lucky and find out about it.
I just found out that in Japan they're only just now getting a translated version of season 3 from Outer Pony. Like they pumped out the first 2 seasons, and then they just kind of didn't bother after that.
I think that's good on that. I don't think I really need to. And it's pretty simple, but oh nope, this one is delayed in its motion here. So this portion needs to move for here. And we're going to smooth it and do a follow through.
I've been to Bernie Scott. I was there one year. It was definitely a smaller convention compared to what I'm used to over here.
Out of instead of terms of like the 3 con choices there, I know Ciderfest, I like them. Everfree is bigger, so they might, depending on the guests, they might have better. The venue, at least that they had before, didn't really promote an environment of people hanging out together. At least the old venue had a lot of hallways that split people up. There wasn't any big areas. It was a lot of tighter not really tight hallways, but it felt more like hallway con for a lot of the stuff, which is meh. I didn't really like that very much. The venue they had before that had some hallways, but they were like big with open windows and were neat. And TrotCon, my only worry with TrotCon is because of the memes success, that their the amount of people going is going to go high enough that they're not going to be able to accurately compensate for the difference. So because a lot of the cons you can be like, oh well, they increased by 10%, so maybe just bring out a couple more people, and even if they're off by a little bit, they can adjust. If you get a big jump, you have to still make a guess as to the things you need, but you're going to probably have a much larger error margin. Maybe they'll do it okay with it, maybe not. I'm not sure. But to me, that's been my big thing about not going to TrotCon is I'm just scared that they're going to get big too fast.
I think my favorite part about Bernie Scott was the vendors, because they had a lot of vendors over there that don't come to the U.S. So I got to meet the creator of the Silly Liar comics, which I enjoy a lot. I got to meet Captain Howers, because he's from England.
Yeah, but he came over here too.
Yeah, he came.
He was at BronyCon.
Yeah, was he? I also saw Mad Munchkin over there, though. She's all right.
Okay, that looks good.
The Captain Howers is cool dude.
Yeah, I really wish I would have been able to talk to him more at BabsCon. All I got was, I have a panel starting in 5 minutes and I have to go get my coat. Hey, how's it going? I gotta run. Yeah. And that was it, so.
Nah, he's a cool dude if you can get down and talk, just chat with him. I just didn't expect the middle-aged bald guy. Yeah.
No, Skylar, I was going to say, if you already have friends going to Ciderfest, I would recommend that just because cons are better with friends. If they're all going to go to Everfree as well, or to TrodCon, then that gets rid of that argument. But to me, going with friends always makes things better, especially a new one, because if you don't know as many people, especially for a con that's kind of that like mid-size, yes, there's always panels going on, but they're going to be more spaced out. And what do you do in the downtime? So definitely go where your friends are going, if there's anywhere to choose to go.
Always go to a convention with a friend. Going to a convention without a friend is a bad idea in my opinion.
No, not a bad idea. So for some people, that's great because they just go to the environment. They want to see all the panels. They go to all the panels. But there's, to me, the horse fandom's big thing is I mean, it's corny. The friendship is magic, but that's really what it's become.
I don't even like going to a movie by myself. So that's just me. But I'm willing to bet if Brony Scott this year, Duluth would probably end up going because he's really getting back into the fandom again.
Yeah, he was super cool. Like he was in a super good mood the whole time. BronyCon.
The only reason I think he even stepped back from the fandom is he got himself a new job and he wanted to focus on that for a bit. But now that he's kind of more comfortable in that, I think he just like, oh no, I have time for this again. So, yay Duluth. I like his Apogee stuff he's doing.
I got an idea for a
He's editing. He seems to have fallen in love with Apogee.
Everybody has.
Yes, she's a good poem. The tragic story.
Yep, and that's why you like it, because drama.
I think it makes the character more interesting.
I know they're nice, but I prefer if they're sad.
But she's not sad. That's what makes her wonderful. Like, her circumstances aren't the best, but she still has a cute little smile on her face.
Because the writer decided to.
She's very optimistic and cheerful. She knows her mom doesn't always like her having her around, but she never acknowledges that fact and just tries to make the best of it. And that her dad's too busy for work most of the time. I like the story.
Okay, yeah, if all friends are going, then it doesn't matter to me. Personally, it doesn't matter. They might have a Labor Day sale for Cider Fest, but I can't guarantee it because that's in a couple weeks now. A lot of the cons will, but I don't know.
Wait, how far away is Cider Fest?
From here?
No, like when is it this year? It's in October, isn't it?
It is. So this is August 13th. It is November 1st through the 3rd.
I need to get a ticket.
I'm waiting back to hear on stuff. I'm almost guaranteed community guest just because I put in for a sponsorship. I'm already paying for a ticket, so to them it's nothing. I never fight for any type of money at Charlie Cons. Most because if you like something, support it.
I know you were saying at BronyCon he's already sold out of all the sponsorships again.
Well, yeah, he's usually sells out the sponsorships.
Which is great.
Yeah.
The con will have a feature as long as the sponsorships get sold out.
And the sponsorships at Cider Fest are huge. Like, there is a lot of people that buy sponsorships. The percentage is like a fourth of the crowd is a sponsor, at least at some level or another. That's why I bought mine. Within 24 hours, and it was gone. That level was gone within a day or two.
I might get a low end sponsorship this year.
To me, you get all the shirts, the glassware, the lanyard.
You can't fit any more glassware in your cabinets.
Well, they'll have more cabinet space in a month. No, all the stuff that you get from it to me is worth the extra. Like what the difference of I think $90 or something. That and you're supporting the con. So. I'm not sure with
Clear Sky, your wife is a very obscure background pony who I think has one episode. But I know Giz, so that's nothing. Giz's wife who didn't even have a line. She just appeared in the shop for 6 seconds.
But Pink Horse is adorable.
She is pretty cute. Out the science of cute, because that horse is definitely cute. She's got the little apron and the hat. It just adds to her cuteness. Clear Skies is one of the major characters of that episode.
It's Clear Skies. Pluralizing it does not make it a new person. Oh yeah, all the sponsorships I've ever had came with a gala ticket, and I think only 1 year I've never actually not used it. Every other year I've found somebody that's like, oh, you have an extra ticket? Just you ask around, people take it. It's not ID check for those. You can legitimately hand it to anybody. I checked with even Charlie on some of that. There's only like 1 or 2 events that are ID checked, but they're the high level sponsors.
I do find it very just a smile on my face when people with their wife or pony wife and the character appears in one episode for a couple seconds. Because that is theirs. Nobody can just take it.
That's originally what Derpy was.
Well, Derpy, everybody loves Derpy.
Well, yeah, because she became popular enough that they started putting her in all the episodes.
Yeah. And she became popular in part because I think she was popular before they tried to get rid of her, but after the show basically tried to get rid of her, she became like this poor victim. And everybody's like, no! That's why I want to.
Okay, we will look up this. Okay, so there's Clear Skies. Okay, so that's... Okay, I'm seeing 2, so... Is that what this one is? That's Clear Sky. Is that Wind Sprint? I hope not. It's not... I don't know the ponies enough. Okay, that's... If that's wife... Okay, I can understand that for waifu. If this is waifu, then we have a problem. Unless that's somebody else. Does she have a different name? I don't know pony anymore.
Is it the foal or the full-grown horse?
But that one's
Click the... I forget her name.
Which one's which? Okay, that's Clear Sky. Okay, that's the mom. Alright, you're forgiven.
Wait, that's Patton Oswalt's waifu. You can't have her. She's taken.
Okay, yeah, if you're talking about her... I don't know. I don't know why, but she always just made me think of a smoker. Like, she was... I don't know why.
What, that character?
Yeah. Because she's just like this, like... I don't know.
Did you even see that episode?
Yes. I saw DWK's version.
No! Well, that's why he thinks she's a smoker.
Because she does kind of act like...
He got his raspy voice coming out of her. No, Patton Oswalt.
I've seen, out of all the episodes I missed, 4 or 5 of them I've seen at least the DWK version of it, and I prefer that version of the story. So...
That's so sad.
Okay, I think this... Oh no, I gotta do the ears. Yeah, because they're right now just extra wobbles. And I don't want wobbles. I want, like, muscle movement.
And the cool part about that episode is that Patton Oswalt's wife and daughter actually did the voices of those characters. They had a bit more personal to them. His daughter did a really good job for her very first acting role.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought anything, but it's kids, so I mean, as long as it sounds like a kid.
But kids can really mess it up too. Like, bad voice acting comes across very hard, but she did a good job. sure she had a good coach and her father.
Well, yeah, you have professional people, and if you only have a couple lines, it's not like you have to prepare. Plus, yeah, she's probably been in that kind of environment for a long time.
Given that her father's kind of a... He's definitely a B actor, but he's a well-known B actor.
He's great. No, I think he's pretty good. There's not everything I've ever liked from him, but overall I thought he's been fairly funny. He's got a recognizable goofy voice.
Mm-hmm. Kids only know him for Ratatouille, if they even know him for that. I like his stand-up.
Yeah. Well, again, I just saw the DWK version, so I just think she messes everything up. Have you ever published something and only after doing so remembered that you forgot to animate something? Yeah, I know I have. I just can't think of it at the moment. Well, like one of the there's always things that I forget in every video. For instance, Remembrance.
You forgot to cry at the end.
I forgot to remove the overbright on her hat. No, actually, I re-rendered it. This might be the BronyCon version that doesn't have it. Yeah, so you can see here, it's like glowing. This is the final. I forgot to shut it off.
Nobody but you would notice that.
No, but it bugs the crap out of me because you can see in the other one that it was darker underneath. It was, when I did this scene, one of the difficulties with making semi-transparent characters is that if I maintain the normal lighting on that character, it would look like just a semi-transparent version of the same person. And by removing half of what they saw, I'm removing half of the light. So to offset that, I set it to self-illuminate so that it would glow from all angles, make it seem ghosty, and they are glowing bright. Because then when I did it at 50% opacity, it didn't make them fade into the background. It made them still stand out like a ghosting character. Well, I did that for Oliver because... that was I couldn't get rid of. I tried to, but because of that, I had to have her hat glow. Well, I forgot that this is one of the last scenes I went to go render, and I forgot to turn off the self illumination. Because of that, the hat glue. So yeah.
Well, I never noticed it.
I remember doing it for everybody else's mains and everything, even her main, but I forgot to do it with the hat. I think, yeah, for this shot, it was off. It was just that one shot that was forgotten. And that was because SFM doesn't support fades. So in here, there's this fade from one scene to another. To get a fade like that to work, I had two shots that I wrote down the frames that they each worked in, and then I would render one from beginning to end all the way, and then I would go back to the save file again, grab the files like this. So if these were the say these two are them, I would go like this and I would render it out, and then I would go like this and I would render it out again. I don't really care about the couple pixels at the beginning and end, whatever, so that I could get the two different pieces, and then I would fade between them. Because of that separate render is why it was forgotten, because when I went to do the separate renders, I took all the new separate ones, which was this shot and this shot, because each of these fades in at different times. I had to render each of these individually. So there was a render here. So this shot was rendered with nobody with her, and then once with Applejack, and then I faded between them to fade Applejack in. So then this shot was rendered with Applejack, then Applejack and Fluttershy, then Applejack, Fluttershy, and Rarity, and then I just faded between those three. And And then this one didn't have any fade like that. So because I had all of those ones done at once, the one thing that I did not have an override on was that. So I missed it. So yeah, the whole science behind why something was missed.
There's also one other like horrible detail I noticed in this
Derpy. No, there's also, it's hard to notice, but right at the beginning of this shot, the way she's moving forward, normally you want to have your follow through so that if somebody was already moving from in one shot, that the next shot they should be continuing that motion. And between these two shots, she goes from motion to then immediately in the next one. It's only for about two frames, but she is going from a stop again. And it's really hard to notice, but it does happen where you can see this stop right before she moves. That actually is the one that bugs me the most out of all the things. And there was also, I did not correctly do my post render for this shot. So right at the beginning of this one, you can see her eyes open. I think I can do it. Oh, no, I can't. For about one frame. Yeah. And that bugs me too. Those are the two main ones that bug me, are the stop at the beginning and the eyes opening, because this is a super easy one to fix, and I just completely forgot about it. But again, not many people talk about it, but if you're looking for it, you can see the eyes just kind of flicker.
When you say not that many people, has anybody ever said anything?
Applejack, actually some of the stuff was pointed out because somebody did a CinemaSins take on this video where they pointed out everything that was wrong. There's only one person that has pointed out the fact that the windows are backwards. So these ones being that the outside ponies are looking in, and then Rainbow Dash is looking or her heads or her hooves are on the left side. But I realized everybody else is looking in. But to do that, I had to flip some of the windows to get them to look that direction, but all the animating was copy-pasted between. Because I was super lazy, when the windows blow up here, Applejack's looking out and Piggy Pie's looking out, because I didn't want to redo the animation. So they're actually looking other directions. But I knew that nobody would give a shit or pay attention or notice, so I just left it. But the guy that did the CinemaSins parody actually did point that out. And I'm like, you're the literally only person that has brought that up other than me. So, but that one that one I left in there on purpose. Did
you click that video with some dread?
The
Sins video, did you click that one?
No, I thought it was interesting and cool.
Yeah.
No, he pointed out normal sins that are more of like joking and like things that are just SFM things. All the stuff that I normally consider an error, he really didn't point out, because that was minor things. I get it, 'cause remembrance, yeah. No, and I know nobody catches that stuff, but that bugs me. Really, the stop and the eye, if those are fixed, I find the video perfect. But those ones just bug the crap out of me. I could point out if I open up any video, I could point out an error in it. Like, I don't know, let's just look at this one. For one, I don't like the general lighting in this shot. All these guys in the background are just kind of static. This is cheated animation of her just walking through the door. I used it from something else. He's actually animated pretty good. But all these guys are just static animation that I really wish I would have put more time into. I hated the lighting in.
It's got a really good character.
But this one's meant to be stupid, so it's really hard. I didn't want to animate any of them, so I just literally, they're just stiff flying out the door. Yeah, I need to find something that's serious. I don't think the Dash Chair scene had anything wrong with it.
You know, my favorite part of the scene I'm working on right now is that computer. It makes me feel young again.
No, yeah. Old-timey.
Old-timey? No! Don't say it like that! Those are the computers I grew up with.
I'm trying to think of any others that had an error in it. The Destiny one has quite a few errors in it.
Yeah, that makes up for it.
Luna's banishment is just an error in itself.
I think I have a floppy.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was doing her ear. Okay, so I'm almost done with her ears. So she goes backwards. Okay, so this one, her ear's gonna go backwards a little.
You put him on time with that one.
That actually, and I have to finish it.
What?
I'm gonna start opening that and see if I can find it. I actually had started a time lapse of that one. Because that whole video was done in about 7.5 to 8.5 hours. It was between 2 different streams.
Which is crazy. You can pump out videos like that, it'd be madness.
And I could. And it's not that actually it was easy, but it's about having that stupid idea. But I do want to, now that Anthology is done, is start making stupid shorts again. But this one's just been in the works, so I want to finish this one.
You've been working on this one since November.
November 9th. It's the name of the file.
Mm-hmm.
You can try to have it done for
Ciderfest?
yeah. But I after BronyCon of a couple years ago, I made a rule that I am no longer going to make content specific for conventions, in that I'm not going to work on something and then just pick the next convention to release it at. That when it's done, I release it. If it's like a week or two away, sure, but sometimes it'd be like, I need to get this done, so I'm going to haul ass to get it done before the convention type attitude. Crunch time is not fun.
Well, to be fair, though, as somebody who goes to panels, seeing a new animation is a big motivator to go to.
Oh no, and I understand, but it's also a killer on your everything, your health and everything.
I'm not saying rush to get it done, but if it is done, maybe just hold it.
If it's a week or two, but if it's anything more than that, I usually won't. Or I'll just start delaying it until I get closer, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't know how I didn't get copyrighted strike. YouTube's copyright strikes work that when somebody wants to copyright something on their platform, you have to indicate what it is you're copywriting, but you also have to indicate how do you want to handle it. Do you want to take it down? Do you want just monetization? It depends on the person. A lot of the music I use is monetized to where I can't make money on it, they do. There is also a bit that states that how much of the song are you using. So it could state that somebody is free to use 10 seconds of the song. At that point, you can use any amount and you're fine, and monetize it. And it might say, but 10 to 30 seconds, that you have to have your video monetized to the creator of the music. And if you use the full song, then they will take you down. So there is different ways that they can. It's not just you used a portion of a song, you're done. There is like how much of it and what do you want to do within those time limits. For instance, when I used the Rocky music for the anthology short, for 2 years I had that monetized. That video made me like a lot of money because they let me monetize it. Eventually, it did get picked up. They must have changed the window, and I did have, or it's now no longer monetized for me anyway. So, but it's because I used enough of the song that I didn't fall into that original window.
Is that the file where we BS'd Vermintide?
Yeah, I'm working on it though. I started last night.
Oh, I thought that was just a specific file.
Oh no! Right now, all it is I took all the streams, I took all the funny parts, and I condensed it into one file, and it's 30 minutes.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
But it's the extended versions where sometimes the jokes are coming in sections for like over a 5-minute period. So I have to go through and I have to shrink it down. I want to try to fit it anywhere into 5 to 10 minutes, maybe.
I just want to see my own reaction to that one thing that was not Destiny. Divinity.
So he can't hear the audio, but that makes it even better. So Michael, the other day, that's not it. There we go. So anytime something stupid happens in a video, I have shadow play, so I just record it. And so like, if you go to our Vermintide, I have a whole bunch in this folder. But we had a duel, and he ends up accidentally healing my wolf instead of himself. And I can't remember which of these it is.
This looks about like where we all. But yeah, I'm next to. Your wolf's already sparkling. Not sure if that means.
Oh yeah, I think you did it at that point. I don't know if it was before this. It had to have been before this. Yeah, I think it was this one.
Oh yeah, because I just got taunted by your wolf.
I like how Sir Laura is protected.
Let's see here.
You're trying to set me on fire.
No, is he sparkling already?
No, he's not sparkling there.
Wolf. Oh, it was.
Oh yeah, he's over there. But it was absolutely hilarious. I know the camera angle I had it at. It's right. Oh, it's right here, I think.
Yeah.
Now you can't. Said I got a freaking wolf give me a head or something.
You missed!
What?
He's very upset.
I am upset! This is what you deserve, dwarf.
I was very upset.
Yay!
He healed my wolf here. But the gasp.
Miss!
A freaking wolf give me a head
Yeah,
or
just.
something.
Anyways, yeah, so we have a lot of stupid moments. So, anyways, so we have videos. What I had? No. I thought I would have named it time lapse something. Did I put them all in a folder? No. And it's been a while, so I can't even do it by dates. Oh, Milky Way time lapse. Here we go. This one's the oldest one. No, so I actually did start this. Okay, I don't care. Convert it. Oh, I might not have the original files. Oh, so I probably can't actually open it. Oh, well, I don't think it's going to let me open it. I don't have the hard drive plugged in that has the original video files, so... but, if it at least shows the pieces, you can see how complex this thing is. So, because I cut out all, like, little ding sounds, or, like, whenever little pop-ups come up that are... or the camera flips through a wall that it goes black for a frame, I remove those so that it doesn't disorientate. So, if you... So this is still missing some pieces, but these are all the cuts I've had to do manually, going through, finding all these cuts, and this is... I'm at the 12-minute mark for getting the editing, but you can just see how many cuts there is, and I have to skim through this in literally 8 hours of video. And I've been working on this on and off for 4 years or something stupid. So one day I'll finish that.
See you.
I would see a skylight. Oh, the Twi'wick Chapter 2 is actually for... Was that for Ciderfest? It was made for a bad fanfic reading that I believe was at Ciderfest. Is it Ciderfest or Winnie City? It's the only bad fanfic picture I think I've actually released. I have, like, probably 12 or 13 that are just sitting in a folder somewhere. I think just adding one little motion here and then it's good. Yeah, that looks good. And he's all good back there. I don't think... Okay, so I don't need keyboard sounds here, but I don't... I thought they had the, like, the audio drift out. I want to make sure it's not a fade, because if it's a fade, that seems weird to have, like, computer texting sounds fade. No, it's not good. It does dim down in terms of not being as strong, but that's purposeful. I'll probably reduce this audio here. It's there. There. So I don't need to worry about the keyboard sound anymore.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation system, but I need your help.
Alright, let's check light. I feel she is too bright right there. Because he's supposed to be the focus, but with how bright she is, it almost makes her stand out more. Thinking of video games, I keep meaning to stream like Vermintide or even Divinity. I was actually going to do that on this Sunday, but then things came up and we just ended up not doing it. But I keep meaning to do like impromptu game streams, but I never do.
I got an idea for a rocket navigation system, but
I think with a lot of the lighting for this shot is I'm going to have to render it. There's so much radius or high radius numbers used that it's impossible for me to determine lighting on a live version because it looks like this. Radius has to be processed, so I can't use it in this version, the live or workable version. I have to actually have it pre-rendered. So because of that, you might have to just render this all out and then take a look. And I think, though, I really think that I should play around this with this SSAO. Let me actually see if I can figure out, because I really don't have any time to like start anything new here. Let me see if I can find, let's open up a really old one that would have the ambient occlusion set. Alishai, I bet, does the original one. I don't even think anything's going to load in this. There's probably so many games and models changed. Actually, I did. I didn't even name shots back then. Jeez. I did not have anything set. Huh.
Not work.
Following.
Did not work.
Following your example.
Ooh, caddy.
God, that was... I made that so many years ago. If it's not Alishai, then... Ugh. We're going back in time, boys. No. First row, yay, maybe? I'm trying to figure out what my my SSAO settings were from way back. Ah, there we go. I found them.
That is an old one.
Yeah, this I had to go back actually quite a ways. Sure. So we have... Even just seeing these numbers looks familiar. 603757, though that specific does not matter. 0.087609. But it was exactly like I thought it was. Big, little, and then backwards. 0.394286. I remember that I had it written down because I had a lot of people asking me what those specific values were. And yeah, she killed dragon.
I'm so sorry.
Somebody was playing some Sky.
So sorry.
Did I even lip sync this?
So sorry.
Oh yeah, I did. But I mean, like, this is early animating.
So cool. Came from full circle on the dragon.
That eye is a little busted. But... Anyway, back to... but I mean, like, my organization for back then was different. I didn't color code then. A lot of that's changed. Yeah, that one was
Back when you got a lot more emphasis on making
2013. So that was 5 1/4 years ago. And changed quite a bit since then. Look at this amazing quality that we have now. I definitely improved.
nothing but the most natural of movements.
Yeah, now we have this instead. Art. We also have this.
Now put the brain.
How adorable. Look at that tweet horse. Look, I like how her horse just a little out right now. She's just like, I'm a walking cute horse. What are you doing? You wound her up like a spring toy. She do flip. See, that's how quick you can animate stuff. Just keep the horse spin. There you go. She's super excited now. Yes. It's so wonderful.
It sounds like it's.
Started like one of Eva's characters.
She's going as fast as possible. Even this door's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. There, higher frame rate.
She's too fast.
No.
She's fast horse.
Hold on. Now she's faster. Gotta go feast. This is Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm just like that.
It sounds like a video game, like beeping noise. She's okay. She's okay. Just give her time. She did over scienced.
Too much science.
She took in too much science.
This is what happens. Remember, kids, science is bad.
I'm gonna undo that before it gets stuck.
Just have to leave it in. Take it away.
With how I did it, yeah, because it was in our pelvis, I would have had to redo the whole thing. But everything's undoable. Plus, I just saved and left, so I could have just loaded a save. Plus, normally if I go to do something stupid, I will just go Control S, and just to be sure. Oh yeah, so this was essentially done. So I'm just gonna mark that as done. But yeah, but there's a lot of other bullshit in there too. So let me turn everything back on here. Okay, I need a better representative shot than this one. I'm gonna choose this one because this one has some nice little dark corners and edges. So go to our camera here. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna do. Well, oh, that's not. I didn't want to actually accept that. Okay, so this is the way it would look with those camera settings. I'm actually seeing a difference. Hold on, that might be something weird. Is it grabbing the wrong one? Again, I could just average that out to something, but oh, there we go. Okay, so this is what it'd be with and without. Without. So like this gets really dark right there. If I average that out, it definitely smooths it out. To where oh no, it still actually ends up being dark. So you can see here he's got this like he's a lot larger shading around the edges. This is also very low quality. Oh, this is super low quality camera. Let me get that up. That'll make less speckles. Oh, actually, okay. So this setting actually does not create any dark shadow under here. And around here, there's nothing. But let's just average this out. So 0.6. 0.087 and then 0.4, if I do those settings, now I get a dark shadow under here. And it's not fading into his skull here. So it's creating darker shadows on the edges and along here. Whether or not that's an improvement, I don't know, though. I really feel like I should put the radius up on some of these lights, because it feels like I can see some of the pixelation in the... But I think, actually, that might be partly because of these. Nope, no, because that's actual lighting. So that's with it on, without it on. So I do like that extra shadow that's caused here. Like that this gets darker, because that feels more realistic to me. But I feel like it also puts shadows in other places that maybe aren't really needed. What I can do is, and actually, the nice thing is this, if I do utilize these for any of the cameras, the defaults are still there, so I can always copy paste back to the default. So you can just see the difference there. So definitely a more cartoonish look to the edges. So this is what this would look like now, and then with it. If anything, I feel like it maintains some of the cartoon, but not really losing anything else.
Squishy!
That one doesn't really matter. But if I am copy pasting this, I'm going to put it on. Hmm?
I don't notice a huge difference. Which is weird since the character's in this all.
No, I do notice a difference. So like here. So you can see there's a little speckles of gray in some of the dark areas. You see that all the ambient occlusion is just basically spread out everywhere. But if I go and put those values in the camera, now it's cleaning up. It's not as dark in some of these other areas, and it's making it more clear and rough to the edges. And white means that there is no change. It's just the standard color of the model. So this is effectively darkening and creating these like gradients, while this is getting rid of those and making it more of that, I guess, cartoonish type look in these areas. See, since there's the speckles here, but none on the nose. So it's maintaining more of the cartoony look. If I actually ended up looking up online where people were talking with TF2 how to make it look more TF2-esque, and some people are saying that. So see, like this shadow coming down the face there is not here now. So I think I might just put it on all the cameras, and if I want to later, I can always remove it. I feel like it is adding a cartoony element back in. Like here, I might actually reduce it a little bit, because you can see the amount of shading around here is actually too much. So if I take, was it the strength? No, because all I have to do is right-click these and say set to default, and it goes right back to what it was. So I'm not changing any of those. Like this one, I think that I will increase the bias a little bit, just to help get rid of some of those extra dark edges. But other than that, I think it's actually going to be a better look overall. Normally stuff like this I like to figure out ahead of time, just because if I can put it on the camera before doing the copy paste of the shots, it's on all the shots. Where did I start that at? If it's this one? Yeah. Oh no, actually, those shots already have it. Squishy time. And I did that one. If you forget a shot, it can actually be pretty obvious that you forgot it. Like here, he's going to be a lot darker under here, but that kind of makes sense. So, I don't know. With the lighting, I think it's going to be play dependent on the scene. So like here, I probably will just decrease the bias by a little bit. Just to prevent it from being too dark. Here it's fine. Here it might be fine.
It's actually more defined.
It just helps maintain that cartoony look. Which is the camera I'm using here? Camera 2.
Hypothesis. This will be frickin' sick!
Yeah, I like that one. Look at 2. And we'll do camera on this one. I don't... Oh, it is the camera shake I'm using. Okay. Just in case, I will put it on that one too. And that one. Then these ones, just because I'm afraid that I'm gonna like start doing stuff in these shots and forget, I will do that. And for this as well. Okay. So all the shots have that. Some of these don't really matter too much. Like, it doesn't really matter that I have it in that shot. That's definitely making her arm more cartoony. This is definitely changing the lighting on her outfit. See, that actually might be... Yeah, like on this one, I want to decrease your bias again because I'm missing out on some of the shading on right here. So that helped a little in there. So whatever. So, but anyways, it's past 8, so I'm gonna go there. Oh, hello, Alex, and thank you very much. Well, otherwise, for the most part, this is done. Other than the ending and a couple small little things.
Ending should be pretty quick. Just show the rocket shooting through the castle.
No, it's not. That's gonna take a lot of time, actually.
System,
well,
but I need your
mean,
help.
Shouldn't take too
Rocket
long.
science!
The thing
Woo!
that's really animating is the
Hey, you want to be a rocket
All the scene building is
scientist?
gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Headshot surgery!
Do need to figure out some kind of audio, or just some kind of background music, even if it's just sciencey music.
Squishy! Yeah!
Just need to find that photo of the audio from
Now
like,
grab
that
the
Superman cartoon from back in the 50s. Lex Luthor when he was powering up his like science stuff. Really
You got a brain! Woo! Now put the brain on this rocket! Now fire the rocket!
And I gotta figure out the better transition for that.
This will be frickin' sick! Science!
Oh, I gotta figure out some kind of smoke for those too. I originally thought it was a good end until I like watched the whole thing. I'm like, nah, I need something more. Oh, hey, Alex. Yeah, I remember you. No, that was a crazy day. That line was nuts. But no, yeah, it was cool seeing you. Hopefully, the rest of the con went well for you.
No strokes.
Yeah, no strokes. I hope. Also, a Lamau, I agree. But I was actually just finishing up. A little earlier on Tuesdays because I normally have or get off work just before. Like getting there. Only like new stuff, which kind of sucks. I like being able to bounce around. Oh well.
It's kind of new stuff. You'd be working on a whole new scene.
Yeah, well, I like working on a bunch of it at once so I can jump around and pick and choose what I feel like working on at the time. Yeah, Jelly, like, I didn't, because of Nayhem and just the con in general, my voice was like, I had puberty for like about 2 to 3 days after the con. It was, but Mayhem was like basically yelling or screaming for 3 hours. Yeah, the con was awesome, and it's been well since too. So everything's been going great. Feels like it's been only a little bit since the con ended, but it also feels like it's been a year, which I guess is a good thing, or a compliment anyway. So, but no, thanks for the help with the anthology line and stuff, because I know like security must have had a hell of a time for that con for sure. So no, I appreciate all the work for everything. That's great. So
organizing all those people is no small feat for sure.
Keeping them in control. It's a bunch of bronies. They don't want to listen. So.
You mean I get hugged or what? Give me that docky.
Yeah. No, I know. I know there's some people on edge, especially towards the end. But most of the people that were even on edge, you just go and talk to them, and then they'd be like, fine. It's just when they're in work mode. But no, it was fun overall. Everything was positive for the experience that I could tell for everybody, and it was in no small part due to everybody working their asses off. So it was cool. But anyways, yes. So I'm gonna be heading out though, but I will be back on Friday. I'm gonna try to put up a post on Twitter regarding ideas for times for the SFM idea for stream on YouTube. Hopefully on tonight still. So anyways. I'm gonna have Gwen.
Oh.
We need.
You can't boop that beak, it'll hurt.
We need
kitty.
We need Big Gwen. We need Big Gwen.
I mean, she's kind of cute.
It's just.
For a knock on. No, she's tapping with the camera. She broke it. No more streams. Streams are over forever. And it's the bird's fault. Got that exact same here.
This is the face of evil.
Not wrong.
She's killer of Khan. Alright.
Griffins eat ponies.
Oh, she fell. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.